It's January. You can smell it. That intoxicating blend of broken promises, unused resistance bands, and the tears of gym employees who know what's coming. The treadmills are packed with people who haven't touched cardio equipment since the Obama administration. The weight room looks like a casting call for Confused Adults, the movie. Everyone's motivated, everyone's got a vision board, everyone has a new playlist called Beast Mode 2026 that they just made before midnight on New Year's Eve after 3 glasses of champagne convinced them that this year would be different. Spoiler alert, statistically speaking, it probably won't be. Here's the cold, hard truth that no motivational poster wants you to know. Research shows that only about 9% of Americans actually complete their New Year's resolutions. Let that sink in. 9%. You've got better odds at a carnival ring toss. According to data from Forbes Health, most people abandon their resolutions before the 4-month mark. But wait, it gets worse. Studies from Baylor College of Medicine found that a staggering 88% of people who set New Year's resolutions fail within the first 2 weeks. That's barely enough time for your new you gym selfie to stop getting pity likes from your mom. And the gym industry, they're counting on it. The average gym sees 12% of its annual signups happen in January alone. But 50% of those shiny new members will quit within 6 months. Gyms literally build their business models around the fact that you won't show up. It's like paying for a Netflix subscription but only watching the previews. So what's going wrong? Why does that fire in your belly turn into a sad, disappointed ember by February? The answer lies in understanding the difference between your brain's favorite drug dealer, motivation, and its boring but reliable accountant, discipline. Let me explain why motivation is basically the friend who promises to help you move and then ghosts you on moving day. Motivation operates through your brain's reward system, primarily involving dopamine. When you set a new goal or imagine yourself crushing it at the gym, your brain releases this feel-good neurotransmitter. It's not actually creating pleasure, it's creating the anticipation of pleasure. That's why buying new running shoes feels more satisfying than actually running in them. Your brain is essentially lying to you, promising rewards it has no intention of delivering consistently. The problem is that dopamine is fleeting. It's temporary. It comes and goes like a cat that only shows affection when it wants food. One day you're ready to conquer the world. The next day you can't even conquer the urge to watch 4 more hours of reality TV in your underwear. Ukrainian boxing champion Oleksandr Usyk put it perfectly. I don't have motivation, I have discipline. He explained that motivation is temporary. You have it one day but not the next. When he wakes up for training, he doesn't feel motivated. He just does it because discipline says so. Here's the neuroscience breakdown. Motivation operates through the brain's reward system in those dopamine pathways we mentioned. But discipline? That works by strengthening your prefrontal cortex, the adult part of your brain responsible for decision-making and impulse control. Those repeated actions, you create stronger neural connections that make disciplined behavior more automatic. Your brain literally rewires itself every time you choose long-term goals over short-term comfort. Motivation makes you excited about the gym in January. Discipline is what drags you there in March when it's raining and your favorite show just dropped a new season. So if motivation is essentially a fair-weather friend with commitment issues, what does discipline actually look like in practice? Here's where things get boringly effective. First, let's tackle a popular myth. You've probably heard it takes 21 days to form a habit. That's about as scientifically accurate as saying you can get abs from a vibrating belt. The 21-day myth originated from a plastic surgeon in the 1960s who noticed his patients took about 3 weeks to adjust to their new appearance after surgery. He was talking about psychological adjustment, not habit formation. Researchers at University College London conducted actual rigorous studies and found that the average time for a behavior to become automatic is 66 days. And that's the average. Some habits can take anywhere from 18 days to 254 days depending on the person and behavior complexity. Exercise habits in particular took about 1.5 times longer than eating or drinking habits to solidify. Recent research from the University of South Australia found even more variation, with habit formation ranging from 4 days to a staggering 335 days. The takeaway? Stop looking for magic numbers and start looking for sustainable systems. Discipline isn't about willpower. People who demonstrate good self-discipline actually structure their lives to avoid relying on willpower in the first place. They design their environment, remove friction from good behaviors, and add friction to bad ones. It's less, I have a superhuman mental strength, and more, I made it really annoying to fail. The most successful people don't wait around for motivation to strike like lightning. They build systems that work regardless of how they feel. It's less romantic than a montage set to inspirational music, but it actually works. Alright, let's build you a routine so boring it actually sticks. Stanford researcher BJ Fogg calls it the minimum viable habit. Make your new behavior so stupidly small that your brain can't say no. Want to work out? Start with 1 push-up, not 10. Not 5, 1. It sounds almost pointless, but here's the psychology behind it. If an action is tiny, it doesn't require motivation. You bypass that part of your brain that wants to negotiate, and once you start, something magical happens. You're already on the floor doing 1 push-up. Might as well do 2. You've already put on gym clothes for 1 exercise. Might as well stay for 15 minutes. Environment design is crucial here. Put your gym clothes next to your bed. Sleep in them if you have to. Remove the Netflix app from your TV home screen. Put the remote in another room. Every barrier you add between yourself and bad habits, and every barrier you remove between yourself and good habits, tips the scales in your favor. Research shows that people who structure their environments for success don't actually have more willpower. They just need less of it. Attach your new habits to something you already do automatically. After I pour my morning coffee, I'll do 5 squats. After I brush my teeth, I'll read 1 page. This technique is called habit stacking. It uses existing neural pathways to create new ones. Your brain already has the morning coffee habit wired in deep. You're just hitchhiking on that established road to build a new destination. And here's the reality about the long game. Discipline compounds while motivation evaporates. Every time you show up when you don't feel like it, you're making the next time slightly easier. You're literally building infrastructure in your brain. Missing 1 day won't destroy you. Studies show that occasional lapses have minimal impact on long-term habit formation, but consistent repetition is where the magic lives. Think of it like progressive overload, but for your behavior patterns. You don't walk into the gym and immediately load 315 onto the bench. You start with what you can handle, then add a little more. Same with habits. Start ridiculously small. Prove to yourself you can be consistent, then gradually increase. 5 push-ups become 10. 10 become 20. 1 page becomes a chapter. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is showing up so many times that showing up becomes who you are. The January warriors who flame out aren't failing because they're weak or lazy. They're failing because they relied on a temporary neurochemical high instead of building systems that work when the high inevitably crashes. They treated fitness like a sprint fueled by emotion instead of a marathon powered by architecture. So here's your assignment. Forget the elaborate 12-week transformation plan. Forget the motivational quotes. Pick 1 tiny, almost laughably small habit, attach it to something you already do. Do it for 66 days minimum and expect it to take longer. Celebrate the small wins. Design your environment for success instead of relying on willpower you probably won't have at 6 a.m. on a Tuesday in February. Discipline is boring. It's not going to get you likes on social media. Nobody's going to write an inspirational quote about showing up consistently even when you'd rather be asleep. But boring wins. Boring builds. Boring is still there in March when motivation has packed its bags and moved to Cancun without telling anyone. If this video helped you realize that your New Year's hype might need a systems upgrade, smash that like button. Subscribe if you want more fitness content that actually respects your intelligence. And drop a comment below telling me your 1 tiny habit you're committing to. I'll see you in the next one. Now, go be boring. It's the most effective thing you can do.